Welcome to Journal number 6, Publishing. And I thought this would be a fun way to share my journal entry by making a video and posting it online. I'd like to talk about the topic of storytelling because we did have a bunch of things to read on that topic, and I felt really excited and motivated and inspired when I read about what some of the ideas that these teachers had and how they're using digital storytelling in their classroom. And I really liked this idea of giving students the ability to have their own voice, and I could really see how it was a neat way to combine writing with technology. And what I'd like to highlight is the article that I was reading. It gave this example, and these teachers had come up with project-based learning where they used the idea of an American immigration, because the classroom that they were dealing with had many students that came from very diverse backgrounds. And so what they had the students do was go out and interview someone, a family member or a friend or a neighbor, someone in their community, and get an immigration story, basically learn about somebody who has immigrated to the U.S., whether it was just happened recently or happened a long time ago. So this way they were using a real-world problem or real-world issues and able to use really authentic stories and emotions. And then after taking that interview, the students had to write the interview into kind of a story and try to get out and write in the emotion and the feelings and the drama, because a lot of these stories were, they're complex stories. It's a big thing to move to a new country. So, and what the teachers found is that these students were so excited and they were so engaged in this project, and they put in more and more time and effort into this project than they had put into other writing projects. And even students who normally would be very reluctant to write really were engaged in this, in writing. And students who normally maybe wouldn't have much of a voice in class, this gave them kind of a chance to shine. And so yeah, I kind of highlighted a few points here that you can see. It's about creating this connection to the family. It was the real-world problems. The students had to rewrite, revise their writing, edit their writing several times. They had to try to write and create the emotion in their writing. And it was empowering the students because they were telling someone else's story. So it kind of gave this a sense of responsibility to the students. And it was also the last step, obviously, was that they had to write the story and then publish it, and they actually created a video in order to share the story. And then the teachers had a night where they shared all the videos, and they invited the family and the friends and the neighbors all to come and watch these presentations, and the students presented their work. So then I was thinking, for my topic, what I'm interested in is nature. And for my other project, I'm building my website and trying to incorporate teaching strategies where you can use the outdoor world and bring lessons outdoors. And so I thought, how could I use this same kind of idea? And I came up with the idea of perhaps getting my students to consider nature and the outdoors and consider the idea of unplugging. I think a lot of people nowadays, when you go outside, say even if you go camping or hiking, you're still plugged in. You still have your cell phone with you. You might travel with your laptop in the car. And I wanted to maybe get stories, have the students go out and collect stories from an older generation who would have gone out into nature and gone outdoors and not been plugged in. They would have not had any technology with them, and they would have really just spent time outdoors and appreciated the outdoors for what it is. Not using GPS to route find and find their way around if they're hiking. but really just navigating through nature. So I thought that would be kind of maybe the topic, or maybe what I would have the students interview someone on, and then we could have a discussion about why that was important and what you can learn from nature, and the idea of connecting and being in solitude and the peacefulness of the outdoors, and yeah, maybe talk about how that's shifting and how children nowadays aren't spending as much time outdoors because they're not allowed to be outdoors unsupervised and some of these things. So that was how I thought I might use that very similar idea that these other teachers had used, but twist it for something that I'm passionate and that I want to share with my students.